What do you think would be different about your life if you stopped waiting for it to change and you started creating a life that you loved? Think about the main circumstance in your life that you want to change. Is there a way that you could make this circumstance worse? If yes, then the opposite is also true. There are things that you can do to make it better. And in this video, I want to go over some really doable shifts that you can make that have worked for me, how to stop procrastinating and avoiding the work you know you need to do, what to do when you feel overwhelmed, and how to keep going when you don't see any results. Okay, so step one, how to stop avoiding the work you know you need to do. Sometimes it feels like we don't know what we need to do, but that's not the case. What we don't know is every step of the way to get to the result that we want, but we actually do know like the next 1 or 2 steps that we could take, but we're avoiding it because we don't want to do it. Like, I don't want to do that work. I want to do the work that future me gets to do, but we haven't become that person yet. So the problems that they have are different than the ones that we have. And there is a bit of grunt work involved when you're building a life that you want to be in. If you really want a dream relationship and you have no communication skills, it sucks to have to build those skills. It's the grunt work of a healthy relationship. Procrastination is usually towards the things that are the most important. Resistance shows you what's going to unlock your blessings. It reminds you what needs to be on the top of your priority list. Training your brain to feel resistance and to know that that's something that I need to go towards, not to avoid. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. It just has to be a step in that direction. Oftentimes, we also don't want to go towards the things that we know we need to do, even if they're really important, because we know it means that it's more responsibility, it's more work. We have to stop being as comfortable and safe as we are. Even if you're in an uncomfortable and unsafe position, if it's familiar and it has a predictable outcome for your nervous system, that is what's safe, even if it is actually unsafe. So say you can now label when you're experiencing resistance, but now you feel overwhelmed to take action in that direction. Literally, you have to keep reminding yourself that you don't have to know every step. You only have to do the step in front of you, all over and over and over and over again. You don't know if you can make the right decision, but you can make a decision right, and you can always pivot. You can always change. The worst thing that you could do is to get paralyzed by the fact that you don't know how to do something. You do something, and then it gives you the answer. You get feedback like, yes, I should do this. No, I shouldn't do this. And you can pivot as many times as you want, but you do have to try things. Not feeling overwhelmed is a practice. If you have big dreams, if you're ambitious, if you have a lot of things that you want to do in this life, and especially if you're not taking actions towards any of them, yes, expect to be overwhelmed. But when you start taking actions, then you can say, all I have to do is the task in front of me. All I have to do is the task in front of me. All I have to do is the task in front of me. You don't have to think 5 steps in advance. You don't even have to do 2 steps in advance. Just 1. All you have to do is right here, right in front of you. Right now, do I have a million things on my list that I could do? Absolutely. Are there things in my life that I want to change? Absolutely. Are there things that I have no idea how long it's going to take me to get there, and I'm sad that I'm not living in that result right now? Absolutely. But what do I have to do? This YouTube video. That's all I have to do right now. I don't have to think about anything else. I don't have to be overwhelmed of, oh, am I gonna meet my soulmate tomorrow? Or, oh, like, am I gonna make $1 million? Like, that, no. I just have to focus on today, on now. This one quote has completely changed my life. I don't wait for energy to do things. When I do things, they give me energy. Sometimes we're saying I'm too tired, but we're not too tired. We're actually just resisting what we know we need to do. But then once you do it, you actually get energy back. It's just you don't have it right at the beginning. And that's why we're always scrolling on our phones all the time, because it's like the cheapest form of like quick energy, feel good, yay, yay, yay. But actually the things that are the best for us, that actually move the needle on our lives, are the things that are harder to do first. And you can microdose this. Like, you might have something that's like really important and it's so overwhelming you don't want to take action towards it. Then you can take action towards something else to kind of get you flexing that muscle So for me, that looks like practicing yoga. Even though I feel incredible every time I do a little yoga session, and I've committed to doing daily yoga of some kind for this season of my life at least, I don't want to do it sometimes. I'm like, I'm tired. My body's tired. Like, I don't really feel like doing it, even though I could do like a really chill stretch. Every time at the end when I do it, I'm like, wow, that feels good. And then when I'm kind of in that zone, then I'm like, I might as well do the dishes. And then if I do the dishes, I'm like, okay, maybe I will sit down and like look up YouTube growth hacks or like script a new YouTube video or make some content, right? Like you kind of sometimes have to like warm myself up when it comes to doing things I don't want to do, but that kind of gets me on that winning streak. Like I'm like, okay, I need a quick win, and then I get a couple quick wins under my belt, and then I can do something that's like harder or scarier that I don't really want to do. It's like I'm building up courage or like microdosing courage. And I'm still always reminding myself, like, when I do something that's hard first that has a payoff later, I'm gonna feel really good. I'm gonna feel really happy. So if I'm feeling down or low or resistant, the worst thing that I could do is just like lay down, right? Because actually what makes me feel better is doing that hard thing. What happens though when you're constantly and consistently taking action towards your dreams, but you're not seeing the results? Like, how do you keep going when you feel like you're putting in the work, but you're actually not getting the feedback that you want? This is a very tough step, but I think if you've made it all the way to this step, congratulations, because most people don't even make it to the point where they're taking consistent action. I think the long-term goal with this is really understanding and changing and transforming your relationship with work to be something that you love and enjoy. And that is a long process, right? You can't just be like, okay, I love and enjoy everything I do, right? So when you're working on something that's important to you, right? I don't mean going to your job. If that is the thing that's important to you, great. But I mean the thing that you really want to build, that you're motivated to build, something that is going to add value to others. And it might be a business, it might be around money, but just the work of your life, right? It could be motherhood. It could be opening up an animal sanctuary. It could be figuring out how to be a full-time painter, right? Like whatever your life's work is, it's that's what I'm talking about. Like really the life that you love, building the life that you love. It's going to take hard work. I know in the spiritual community, people are like, don't say that it's hard work. And I think it's because we associate that with like working at a 9-to-5. Like, no, of course, no, not that. Building your life takes effort and it feels like hard work. And I don't think that it's doing things that you're afraid to do. It's doing things that you know you're called to do, but means that you might have to give up old versions of yourself, relationships, comfortability, ways of seeing yourself, and you have to take on responsibility, pressure. It's you who's on the line, right? It's the difference between just following orders and being the one who calls the shots. If it is important work, it will be hard to do, and it's supposed to be hard to do. And it's going to feel gratifying and fulfilling when you do the work. One little kind of mindset trick that I like to do when it comes to this is I'll almost think of myself as like somebody that I hired. Like I'm like, okay, I hired myself to be a personal assistant. And so like I'm doing work that a personal assistant would do, right? Like I'm going grocery shopping and I'm meal prepping and I'm like cleaning my house, but that's just the personal assistant part of me. And then there's the visionary part of me, and like she gets to exist and she gets to like brainstorm and think about like the big picture and like where we're going, where we're heading, right? Like she's like the leader of my life and she's kind of like big vision kind of girl. And then she'll delegate. She'll be like, okay, manager Pearl needs to do this. And I have like different project managers, right? I have like my business project manager, and she's also in charge of my content project manager. Like I'm literally a whole company within me, from owner and CEO all the way down to the janitor. Like I am literally everybody in my life. And that's okay. I feel like people complain about this, like I have to be so many different hats. It's like, I mean, I don't know, like we get to be different hats. Like we get to be all of that. Changing relationships to problems, like problems are something that gets to be solved. Like instead of looking at my life's problems and being like, oh, like I should have been set up better, or this should have happened, like I hate this problem. It's like I'm almost like, how can I look at this as a puzzle? Like yes, this might be difficult, yes, this might be hard, I might not know the solution right now, but there is a solution. Every piece fits somewhere. So how can I make this work? Like what do I have to do? So I'm like looking at my challenges as as something that is that I accept and that I want to do, even if it might not be fun in the moment, because I care about my life being gratifying more than I care about it being pleasurable and fun. Also, when it comes to results, keep in mind that it's always going to be slower than you think. It's always going to take longer, and it's always going to be more work than you ever imagined. I was just texting my friend at the gym and I was like, I have been doing daily yoga for about 6 weeks every single day. And today was the first day I noticed a slight improvement in my flexibility. I'm like, oh, I'm a little bit more flexible. For 6 weeks, I noticed 0 improvement. But the reason that I kept going is because I wasn't obsessed with becoming more flexible. That's not my goal. My goal was just to do it. That's it. My goal is to do it. So sometimes we have to stop thinking about how do we get this specific result? Like, trust, if you know what you want, like if you're like, no, I know what I want and I'm going for it, then you don't have to focus on it so much. Just focus on what you're doing. Literally, it's so simple, but it's so hard to just literally do what you're doing. It's one of the hardest things anyone can do. And that's what detachment is. It's just, I made this. I did my best. I did my best with what I had in this moment. That's it. It's not, and I hope you like it. It's not needing anything. It's good when you get that feedback, but it's not needing it. It's not wanting it. It's not being the reason for why you do something for that validation. And that's all I have to say. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments. You can also follow me or DM me on Instagram at PearlBoth. Subscribe to stay updated on my videos. I release them every single Wednesday. And that's all I have for today. All right. Bye.